All right, so let's take a look at this example here. So here we have a Intamin support base, which is, I believe, a part of a roller coaster. Intamin is a roller coaster manufacturer. Anyway, and this is the support base, so I just put it on a drawing template. And we're just going to quickly run through how you add tolerances to parts. So basically, a tolerance is going to, for hole tolerances, that is, it's going to depend on what you're making, all that kind of stuff. So when we do the learning application hints, I'll run through an example that is more specific, but this is kind of the basics of how to do it. So you're going to smart dimension just how you would usually smart dimension. You want to make sure you're in ANSI, right? Because I'm in ISO right now. I don't know why it says I'm in ANSI, but let's try switching back and forth, see if that fixes it. Boom, there we go. Okay. See how the numbers are now straight up and down? All right, so that is 0.97, which is actually, because that number was bad, I knew that this sheet was in the wrong format. So that is our diameter right there. And so if we wanted to add a tolerance, if you come over to dimension, you can see that we can add tolerances. And I want to add, you can add, you play around, you can play with all these tolerances. You can add a bunch of different type of tolerances. If you want bilateral, you could put in, you can put in yourself what you want that tolerance to be for each part. So you can set your own tolerance, but basically what we do when we do fits is what we do with tolerances is we do fits. So basically, if we had this here, let me get rid of this dimension. So we'll do this again here. So if I were having this hole here, and I knew that, say if I knew the shaft size that goes in here. So this is going to be, we'd want you would go to your fit sheet, right? So let's take a look at the fit sheet. And say if we knew the shaft size, so we're doing shaft bases on this hole. And we wanted it to be a transition fit, right? So we have K7H6 here, just choose those two. And what we can do is that we can go back into SOLIDWORKS and we can choose on our fit with tolerance what type of tolerance it is. I can't remember. I think it was H6, K7H6. So just say we put that in there. But basically, that would then tell us what we had, what tolerance we had on here. And then we can set a, we can choose how many zeros to have after the tolerance to show how tight we're getting in there. Usually, I'd say 2 or 3 decimal points out is good enough. For what we do, I mean, to show that we're doing tolerances correctly, not that necessarily, it changes on what part you're building, but that's going to be good enough for us for now. But that's how you put a tolerance in. It's pretty easy. You just go to your smart dimension, and you can always adjust these after. And if you had a whole basis, you'd get rid of this, and you choose your whole basis for whatever. Let's do a C11. And then it would input, it would give you the values. Because if you do just the fit, it's not going to show you plus minus all over there. And if you do just the tolerance, it just gives you the tolerance. You don't see what fit is on there. So I like to do fit with tolerance because it gives you all the information we want, and it shows you what you want to do. But that's the example. Super quick, just a quick overview of how tolerances work. But now we'll take a look at the learning, which goes a little more in depth. I'll do a little example on it. So let's take a look at that.